Hello everyone, how are you, Flosstube family? And I come back to you again towards the end of June for my June recap on what I've been stitching, where I've been. It may be a longer than normal floss tube, so make yourself comfortable, grab a beverage, your favourite cross stitch, sit back, relax and enjoy. Now, my name's Sabrina. My floss tube name is Lady Marmalade In Stitches. Today is the 29th of June. Yes, hard to believe we're already at the end of June and entering the second half of the year. It just seems to fly by. It's cold here in Melbourne, Australia. As you would probably know, we are in the middle of winter. So we've had some fairly cold days and cold nights. That's just how it goes. But it doesn't snow here. It doesn't get that cold that it snows. The only time it ever snowed here, I would say, was probably about 31 years ago. And the reason I can remember that is because my son was about a 2-year-old. And it's the only time it just snowed a little bit and it was just kind of lightly covered the grass in the outside area. So I wrapped him up and I took him outside so that he could kind of look and feel the snow, because otherwise it doesn't snow here. It just doesn't get cold enough. So I'd like to welcome all my returning subscribers and welcome to all my new subscribers. And wow, have I had a big increase in subscribers. I am so grateful. I've had a high amount of views in my last floss tube. Don't know why. I hope it's because you like it, but I am really grateful. So thank you and welcome. So today I do have a bit to go through, and what I might start with, so I'm just looking at my notes, is what I did in the month of June. So we went away with our caravan for a couple of weeks and we went to a place called, what was it called? Harndorf, sorry, I had a mental blank. Harndorf, and it's just out of Adelaide in South Australia. Now Harndorf has an interesting history to it, and you will see a couple of photos in my intro, because I'm just going to post a couple of photos of where I've been, because I think it's really good to see, what the other countries and world is like. So Harndorf was originally settled by Germans in, I believe it may be in the 17th century, don't quote me on that. So it has a very German feel, German buildings, and it is just beautiful to see that, and they have maintained most of the buildings. There is just like this one road which has all shops and buildings, and yeah, original homes, some original homes from the settlers there as well. Absolutely beautiful. So that was lovely. We then headed off up north to a place called Mildura. Now Mildura is a city, a rural city. So we stayed there for about a week. So there are some photos of that, and it did get quite cold at night. There was one night I think it got to about one degree, and it was a full like -0.2 or 3. So I took a photo of all the dew and the ice just on the meadow there where we were staying. So that was great. We got back a couple of days ago, and yeah, just getting things cleaned up and ready. Got everything ready for today, and I thought, I'm just going to film today. Today's the day to do it. So here I am. So that was a lovely time away. I did a fair bit of stitching. So I want to talk about my birthday start. So my birthday is on the 4th of July, Americans' Independence Day. Hello everyone, they're in America. So I posted on Instagram, I listed 10 kits, and I got everyone to vote on which kit they would like me to start. And it was really interesting. It was really kind of spread out. Well, there were two more popular kits amongst them, but every kit got a vote. It really did. So people really did like everything that I posted. So I'm going to go through the kits that I listed. I'm just going to post a photo so you can see what it is. So there were 10 kits in total. So the first one was Magic Needle, Entrance to My Garden, the photo. The next one was Dimensions, Winter Morning. Dimensions, also Serenity Garden, that's a pretty one. Arborist Art, Wish Star. Dimensions, Iris and Swan. Luca S, Roses. Dimensions, Wind, Moon, Fairy. Lynart, Fuchsias in Colour. Sorry, Fuchsias in Watercolour. Nova Sloboda, and I don't know the name because it's written, but you'll see the photo. It's a pink. It has a printed background. It's all lovely and pink. And Oven, the Enchantress Winter. So they were the 10 that I posted on Instagram. And the one with the highest vote, which I'll be starting, and I have prepared it as well, is Dimensions. There we go. Don't want you to see me. Dimensions, Gold Collection, Iris and Swans, and that's really pretty. That's going to turn out just lovely. I'm just trying to stop. Let's take this out because that is annoying, having the reflection on there. That's better. Oh, that's so much better. Okay, so Gold Collection, and it's going to be just beautiful. So I've actually prepared this for a start, and so I will start it on my birthday. I'm using all the kit fabric, which looks like a 16. Let me just check. 16 count. So 16 count, and I've started gridding it as well. So that's ready, and it's going to just live in this lovely bag here, which I bought on Etsy a while ago actually. The threads are on a floss card, which is really good. And there's heaps of them. Heaps. They've provided me with these two colours, like another whole skein of it, because obviously you use a lot of the blue and the green in there, and that's all the colours as well that are in there. Lots of beautiful colours, absolutely lovely. So thank you to everyone that voted, and it just makes it a bit easier when you're trying to choose, because I mean I love all my kits, I really do. So that came first. Second was Arborist Art, and I can't take this out of the package, I'm really sorry. Wish Star. Now I will start this, but I'll start it later on in the year when I finish one of my other kits, which I think I will finish. It's such an easy stitch, and I did quite a lot, but I will show you that because I've worked on it today. So that was second in the voting. So thank you everyone who voted. All right, I have two finishes, and excuse me while I just grab something which I forgot to grab, because I've housed it in this project roll. It's lovely, isn't it? So Vikki from Stitch and Button had sewed some of these up, and I thought, oh great, it works perfectly. And see, I've got a couple of projects in here just rolled up so they don't get too creased. and this is my finish. Lindy Stitches Shining Fish is now completed. On 18 count Ada. I wish I could remember what the name is, but I don't, of course. Let me grab a backing for it. I thought I was organised, but I'm actually not that as organised as I thought I was. But I'll get there. It's all good. It's all good. All under control. All right. So there we go. That's better. So you can't see through it. Sorry about the creases. So that's a finish. All done. Couple of changes, i.e. mistakes, but that doesn't matter. Change the wording. So I was really happy with that finish. So that's the first one. I'm just going to pop this back in the project roll and just pop the project roll. I've got this other finish too in my project roll. As you might remember, the Lord's Prayer is also in a project roll. But what a great idea. What a great way to keep my bigger pieces, you know, because they're all ironed, and I can just tuck them in here, roll it up, and just put it away. And they're, you know, they won't get soiled. They won't get ruined. And when I'm ready to frame it, then I can just take it out, give it a little bit of an iron and frame it. So lovely. So if you're interested in a project roll like this, just send Vikki from Stitch and Button a message and see if she'll make one for you. She did a really good job. I'm really happy with it, as you can see, and it's just got the ties there. She's done a lovely job. Really good. All right, the next finish is, I'm going to have to take this out because there is a bit of a glare. October House Fibre Arts Earth Flowers. Now I'm just going to pop the light on because I think it's just a little bit too dark in here. Excuse me. Yeah, while I fall. Okay, so that's it there. Now this pattern I'm going to keep for a giveaway when I hit 1,000 subscribers, and I'm getting close and I am so excited. And I mean, not that I base it on the amount of subscribers that I have, but I mean, whoever thought that I would reach 1,000 subscribers? So that's it there. So that is now finished. Isn't that lovely? It was an easy stitch. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to mount this on the timber, I don't know what you call it, the timber back, which if I can, I'm going to do a tutorial. And you know, it all depends how I feel. I've got everything. I have everything that I need for it. So hopefully that'll work and I can do it. So that's beautiful. Really happy with that. All right, moving on. Okay, so we've done the finishes, we've done the birthday starts. So now let's do 2 new starts. Yes, I can't help myself. It'll be 3 on the 4th of July when I start the other one. Now the next new start, I've got to blame Callie from Animal Instincts and Amy from Amy Love Toads. They're both stitching this. It is a sell. I'm not going to participate in the sell because it's too far ahead. I'm only going to go at my own pace, but I kept looking at it and thinking, oh, I would really like to stitch something, a little book, because I've never done anything like that. So, you know what, when I saw Kelly again in her last Flosstuber, I'll link her below because she's great, I decided to, surrender. So I am going to start. I'm just waiting on some more fabric and then I can start it. It's called The Book of Fungi Cell, and it's by Living on the Rainbows. you can find this on Etsy. Okay, and just trying to see where I've got it. Just one moment while I go and get it. I'm back now. So I've got everything here. I had it on the other table and I just forgot to bring it over. So this is the Fungi book sale, as you can see. It started May the 3rd. So they are a way ahead, but that's okay. I'm just going to go at my own pace. So the cover, which consists of the front and the back, is stitched on 18 count Aida. So I just pulled this one out, and it's a picture of this plus an 1/8 of a yard. So it's 12 by 17, and it's called count. There's no name on it. 8th yard, 18 count. Oh, confetti. Okay, it's kind of split up. So I'm going to start it with this. I have most of the threads that I'm just waiting on some more criny, but I managed to gather all the threads from my stash because I have a good stash of threads. So I'll just start that once I feel like it, really. So there's no rush because I'm not participating in the sale. So that's one start. The next start is it's an Emma by Jane Austen, and it's by the Stitching Book Club. It is going to start on the 29th, which happens to be today. So I will start that one because I do have everything. I actually decided just to go and buy the whole kit. So it came with this bag, which is really lovely. And it's just a canvas bag, but it's really cute. And inside the bag, that's the schedule. So if you would like to join, you can screenshot that and that'll give you the dates, the email and everything else. It's not too late to join. So it's the Stitching Book Club, Jane Austen. I just love everything about Jane Austen. I think I've watched her movies so many times, and I just keep watching it because I just don't get sick of it. I also have all the threads that go with it. 28 count. It's a linen, I think. Yeah, it looks like a linen. 28 count linen. And she just gave a bookmark as well. So that's a start today. Well, as soon as I get the email, they are at different times, so I may get the email maybe this afternoon. So Emma by Jane Austen, not too late to join if you'd like to participate in that. You can go on Etsy, or there's a Facebook group as well that you can also join. So they're my two. So moving on to whips, I have about 7 whips that I worked on. Some I worked on more than others. It just depended because we were travelling on what we were doing, how I felt and so forth. So the first one I'd like to show you is one of my favourites because I love me a Quaker, is Carnation Quaker. I love those colours, they're absolutely beautiful. So this is by Stickideen and Wiehenberg, Carnation Quaker. I started this April 2024. It's stitched on an 18 count country mocha, which is a printed, oh no, it's not printed, it is, it might be, not sure. Using all the DMC, which has been recommended, and I changed DMC 221 for Wix Dye Works Red Rocks because I just preferred the colour of it, and that's the reason why I chose it. I was in the middle of stitching it, and then I kind of just, oh, there goes my magnet, and then I just kind of wasn't really feeling like stitching yesterday. So if I hold that up, I'll pop something behind it. So I've been working on that. I was actually hoping to finish that motif, but I didn't get to do it. So that's the motif which belongs, if you see, so I've stitched the butterfly, and that's the motif just there. And that is what I was hoping to get finished, but that's all right. Sometimes things don't go to plan. But I really enjoy stitching on this particular project. It's really enjoyable. Just going to pop this back in the bag. It's just a bag that I made. I may need to make another one for another one of my projects where I use a 11 by 11 Q-snap. That's just the other part of the needle minder that's fallen on the ground, but that can stay there. I don't need to grab it. Now the next whip that I worked on was Stoney Creek, The Power of Love. Now I started this in April of 2024 using all the cord 4 threads, and I'm using an 18 count Moon Jelly by Paddock Lane Design. I've stitched all of that. And I've been working on the center words. I enjoy stitching this. I wish I could do more. It's just so enjoyable. I'm just going to move the needle minder. Let's move it out of the way. And I'm going to lose this one as well. Where's the back? Okay, there we go. So that's where I'm up to at the moment. As you can see, I finished all the side there. I finished those, and I've just working slowly on all the words. It's beautiful. This one will be framed, and I have a companion piece that I would like to stitch once I finish this one here, and it's lovely. And I really like the fabric. The fabric is just perfect for it. So that was really enjoyable. I actually stitched on this before we left for the caravan. I stitched it whilst we were at home. I'll pop this in the bag. And they're all the cord 4 threads. So where's my week's dye work? So I'll show you what I changed. It is in here somewhere. I usually put it up the front. Oh, here we go. Oh no, that was the other one. That's the week's dye works, and I'm using, that's a Threadworks. It's got a beautiful variegation to it, and the week's dye works, and this one's called Molasses, and that's what we're using for the wording and everything. Beautiful project, absolutely lovely, loving it, absolutely loving it. All right, moving on. So the next one, oh yes, button beads. So this is a Mill Hill kit. I only work on one Mill Hill kit at a time, or Aurora Borealis. I'm just working at the bottom here, and I'm just going to work my way up. So just working on the ground. And you can see I've filled in quite a bit there. So I'm just going to keep filling in and just kind of keep working my way up. It's looking really good. It's a good one to take out. It's a good easy stitch. Enjoying a beverage and your coffee and stitching? I hope you're having fun. All right, another one of my favourites, Ink Circles, Another Year Creeps By. I have finished trying to think, it would be this one here, yeah, that one there. Ink circles, another year creeps by, and the fabric is a wispy 18 count Ada by an unknown dyer. Started this in September of 2023 with all the called for threads. So I have another 4 sections left with this. Let's smooth, oh, the needle minder's always in the way. Let's smooth the needle minder. Okay. Trying to fit this on here. I think we should be able to. Lovely. I like the fabric. It's kind of got these lovely dark spots in it as well. So I just finished stitching that one there. So I now have 8 completed. So I just bring it a bit closer for you. With limited palette, I tell you what a great job in designing this. So the next, I'll start here. This is my last row, and then I'm finished. So this will be a finish in 4 months, because I do one section every month. It takes me about 2.5 days of stitching. Now they're not full days; they're just kind of like 2.5 sessions. Because if I stitch on it 2 days for a few hours and then another morning or afternoon, I tend to finish the square, so that works out really well. Let's pop this in the bag. Okay, the next one, I'll just pick up the card for it so I can show you. The next one is Carolyn Manning Sunset, called the Shooting Star Collection. I'm stitching this on 18 count Ada cord blood orange from the Stitching Spot, and I started this in September of 2022. This is a planned finish for this year. I've got an idea of how I'm going to finish it already. I've just about reached that bit there now. So halfway, almost halfway, which is really, really exciting. Now I won't take this one off the hook because I've got it placed really nicely. So that's your half, is that right? There's your halfway mark is, yep, halfway mark is this one here. And I stitch quite a lot. I probably did 1,500 stitches, I'd say. I just kept on going and going and going. The bottom of the page is, I think actually is about here. So that'll be one page finish when I do that, and then I'll be on the second last full page and hopefully finished, you know, sometimes second half of the year. Yeah, that's really enjoyable. All right, moving on. Oh yeah, this is lovely. And I'll go with this. The drawn thread, and this is Garden Gate. It's a lovely one. I call it very delicate. Started on the 30th of March 2024. I'm using all the Dinky Dye threads, and I've converted all the MPIs to DMC because they're all solid colour. Stitching it on 18 count clone by Chromatic Alchemy. I had problems with some of the speciality stitches because the lighting in a caravan wasn't really that good. So I decided to leave it until I got home, and I did a lot of the cross stitches. As you can see, I've got a thread here where the speciality stitches were. Just going to tidy this up. And I thought, you know what, I can't really see what I'm doing. So I just decided to leave it. So I'm on to the second half. The first page finishes, you see this column here? That's where the first page finishes. I started to stitch these two, but lighting wasn't good to do the wings. So I'm going to do that while I'm here with a good lighting. I finished all of the gate. I did all of this here. So I've got a fair bit going. This will be a finish also in second half of the year. So I can, now that I'm home, I'll do all the speciality stitches, which are really all the flowers, as you can see in the second half, all the flowers there, and I've just got to do these two butterflies. Lovely. So happy with the progress on that. The next one, actually, I made some really good progress on this one. Might just take it out of the cover because there seems to be a bit of glare today. It's Merejka Christmas Carol. It's really cute. So I almost finished this one here. I've done some of the back stitching where all of these white parts are, and you can just see some of this girl, because as I had extra thread left over, I just continued on that girl there. So when I finish this, I will start the Arborist Art Wish Star. So this is the one that I was talking about, because I do think I will finish it. Just pop this behind. Now you can see that I continued. I don't want to move it. I did all that bit there. I started doing that there. This person, I don't know if it's a boy or a girl, so I'm not going to say, is almost finished. I've got to finish this, but there's a little mistake here which I need to sit down and just work out. It's no big deal, it's just a bit of flowers in that, so it's not going to make a difference. I have done, I'm just trying to think, I think there's a bit more back stitching just along the hat, the rim of the hat here. There's a bit more back stitching just along here. I can't do it along the sleeve until I finish stitching the girl, but you can see the little girl coming up as well. So I'm really happy with that. Made some really good progress on this one. I just couldn't put it down. I was just having so much fun with it. You know, when you see a lovely picture, you're creating this beautiful picture, and when you start back stitching, it just comes to life. Absolutely lovely. It is going to fall. I think it will. Okay, the last one is Olga Gostin, Australian Heritage Architecture. I had finished all of that side here. I just have a bit more to do here, but I focused on this part here. Now I'm just using the kit Ada and the kit threads. I haven't changed it up at all. I would have done more, so I ran out of 3799, so I couldn't, you see those gaps there are all 3799, so I couldn't finish the door. But I've stitched here, I did all of this, all of that is done. Now I made a mistake. I'm just trying to see because it's back to front. Just here, I had actually pulled the wrong coloured thread, so I had to pull it out, but I didn't have my regular scissors with me, which have got a very fine tip, and I can actually slip it underneath the thread. The scissors I did bring, although they're very sharp, they don't have a fine tip. So when I went to kind of lift the thread to pull it out, I've snipped the fabric there, and I've just got to glue it. You can do that with Ada, it's not a problem. So I left it. You can just see there where I've snipped it. So I've just got to glue that and just stitch over it, and then just finish that section over there. But that's coming along so well. It's really coming well. And because I ran out of 3799, I couldn't, because I could have bought the gate over, and sorry, the fence, because there's a gate just there, but I couldn't do that either. So that'll be in my next section. You can just see the gate there. The gate comes over, So in my next session, I will fill in the 3799. I'd like to bring this over a bit more. I need to bring all of this over down here. And at the end, we just have the column and some trees, the green trees there. The page finishes about here. I'm trying to think. Yeah, about here. And then I'm onto the top page. So to give you an idea, that's the top of the page, just here. So once I've done that, I'm going to go across here and finish all of that. So that I complete the entire page. There's some lovely lattice work, iron work, you see, just here. So I'll be able to do that as well once that's all finished. It's coming up really beautiful. All right, so that's it for my whips for the month of June. Now moving on, what have we got? Okay, so my plans for July. I thought I might do a bit of stitch Christmas in July. Like I said, it's always a plan. I can always change it if I change my mind. I've got 2 Christmas whips that I would like to stitch on in the month of July. So I thought I'd show you where I'm up to. So the first one is the Dimensions Gold Collection Antique Santa Tree. Now this is stitched on I changed the fabric, so it's on an 18 count sandstone opalescent, and I'm using all the kit threads. However, it wasn't a naughty corner, but it is out now. Just to give you an idea of where I'm up to. I was hoping to stitch on it this month, but I never got around to it. So that's where I'm up to at the moment. So I'm just going to continue with that and just stitch as much as I can in the month of July. And the next one I'd like to stitch on is, this is actually, I would like to finish this year because I would like this up on my wall. Quader Batikquader, Patini d'Argento, or you can call it Silver Skates. This is really, really pretty. Getting close. Yeah, can't really show you too much, but just to give you an idea. I'm up to him. So he's almost all done. I've just got to work on the skates. I've got to bring the snow over, and then all I have is this bit here, the tree and a little duck, and then that street, I suppose, there. So I think it's possible that I can get this finished this year. So I would like to get a fair bit done on this one so that I can see some really good progress on it. All right, I'll bring my notes out again. So the next thing I'd like to show you are all of my acquisitions. I'm getting a bit hot here now. I'm going to start with some fabric that I purchased from Paddock Design, and these are just small cuts that she had, and she posted on her Facebook group. So I decided to buy some of these. Now I don't know if they've got names against it, but they did when they were listed, so I'm just going to have to show you. There aren't any names here. Does this one have? All right, some do, some don't. Some have just got numbers. So this is where I bought it from, Paddock Design. I'll leave her details below. I'll start with this one. This one's called Blue Sky, 32 count. And it's just a small piece, and I did want small pieces You know, sometimes you just got something small to do. So 32 count, it's about right actually. It's quite lovely. It's just got this lovely soft blue. Lovely modelling with that. So that was the first piece that I purchased. And I purchased this one. It's just got a number 325, but it's got grey through it, and I don't know if that's going to come through with the light. Probably not. No. Let me try folding it in half. Oh, yeah, it's a little bit better. It's got a very light grey modelling through it. And that's the size here. Just a nice size to do a small. Because quite often, you know, you choose your bigger fabrics, you've got to cut them down anyway. So really like that. And this one here is called Sunshine, and it's a 28 count. So that's it there. And I just wanted a yellow. I just love this. It's a beautiful yellow. Yeah, it's lovely. So I bought that one there in a 32 count, and this is it almost looks like an even weave. Or does it say linen? Even weave. Yep, this is an even weave. And this is also a 32 count. There's also no name on it, but I just really like, oh, look at that. Fabulous. And that's the other side. Lovely green to that. I really like that. Looks so good on the screen. Oh yeah. Wow. Well done. Well done. That's so good. So that's Paddock Lane Design. And okay, so that's my fabric. Now the next thing that I decided to do is Deb from Deb Wilson. She has a floss tube. I'll put her details below. Hi Deb. Deb stitches on this type of stitching. What do you call it? It's a different type of stitching. So I did ask Deb to, you know, for the information, and the creator is Beautiful Stitches. And I decided she had some free patterns, and one that I downloaded was the Summer Fireworks. So what I did was I purchased the Summer Fireworks thread pack from her Etsy store. They're the colours there, aren't they gorgeous? There are a couple of solids and a couple of variegated colours. Now this one is going to look like, let's see if I have a photo of it. If not, I'll just insert it because I know how to do that now. Yes. Let's go back. It's going to look like that. It's lovely. I decided to go small and see how I go, and that is an achievable one. And with this pack, she also provided the fabric for it. I can't quite see it, and it's a mesh fabric. I'll pull it out so you can probably get a better idea. Can you see that? There we go. Yeah, so that's the mesh fabric, because I don't have anything like this. So the mesh fabric and the threads are all part of this summer pack. You can download the pattern for free, and she's on Etsy. And you can go to her website as well. She has a website with all these magnificent patterns as well that you can choose from. Once again, something different that I like to get into, like the fungi cell, you know, creating a book. I haven't done anything like this, so really looking forward to that as well. So moving on, we have stitching time. And that's the stitching time in Tasmania. And I'm currently in their Classic Colourworks. And I'll show you all these beautiful, delicious colours. So the first one's called With a Vein. That's my stomach, sorry about that. It is lunchtime. With a Vein. Wavy Navy. Wasabi. Wagon Wheel. It's a nice brown. Vintage Violet. Oh, this is a really pretty colour. It's got that bit of blue through it as well. Don't know if you can see that. Oh, that's gorgeous. And Vanilla Custard. So that'll go to my collection of Classic Colourworks. And I will show you now what I bought from, I bought this from 123 Stitch. So I might just show you what I bought from them. It came in a little package. I bought another set of these magnet clips. You remember that I showed you this in my last floss tube. This is just a 2.5, so I just bought one that was slightly more magnified. And just so you get an idea, it clips on the glasses like this. So that area there is magnified. So I've got a 2 now, and I also have a 2.5. So depending on the type of fabric that I'm stitching on, which means I can now stitch on 32 count, which is one of my favourite, before being not able to see it anymore. I also purchased from 123 Stitch, so I just needed some more needles. So I got those. And I also bought some pins to put in like cushions, the cushions that I sew up. So I got the bird. And oh, the sunflower is really pretty. I got the sunflower. Let's pull that out a bit. That's a sunflower. I might actually add that to my sunflower biscornu. I think that's what I had in mind when I did buy it, because it just looked a little bit lonely, so I might actually pop that on. And oh, this is really cute. It's like a bobbin with some thread wound on it. So that's your bobbin. You need to embellish them and make them look really pretty. And this is just a lovely purple flower. And I'll just pull that out a little bit so you can see. So there's some pins for my little cushions that I create every now and then. And from the Stash Unload in Australia, I purchased, and I was looking at this pattern on Etsy and I was going to buy it, and then I saw this on the Stash Unload at a good price. I thought, oh, thank you. I love this one. Let me take it out. You've got to see it. It's just so pretty. It's by Quaker but di Quaker. It's called Creazioni a Punto Croce Sweet Spring. Yeah, beautiful. I love the colours in this one. Oh, now I wonder if I can take it out. No, it's too hard to take out. Sorry, it's really stuck in there. I'll try not to get any glare on it. Oh, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And that's like lace work, which is done in white thread. I just fell in love with that. So I would like to start that maybe in spring. Let's make this a start for spring. Oh, it's beautiful. And I love all the colours in there. And Stash Unload. And I was also looking at this pattern on Etsy. As you know, I have other patterns by the Artsy Housewife. She is just absolutely a magnificent designer and really, really love what she creates. Coffee and eggs. So I got this off the Stash Online. It's like, oh my God, I was looking at this as well. So I picked this up. I'm just so glad that I saw it in time and it wasn't stitched up by someone else. So happy to have that. So that'll go with my other Artsy Housewife patterns. And there is a new Merejka that has just come out, which I have on order, but I didn't have this one here, which is the Amethyst Fairy MD192. And I bought this from Exquisite Cross Stitch. Marianne is such a lovely person. There's her details just there below. She's great. She's so good to deal with. That's lovely. Love the colours in that. So that'll go with my Merejka collection. I also purchased, I'll do this one first. From 123 Stitch. I had seen this, another Flosstuber had stitched this, and it's Bent Creek. And I just really like that. Love it. See, I love these wintry type of scenes. Absolutely beautiful. Even though it doesn't snow here, I just love them. And I purchased all of the called for threads because even though I have a good stash, you just don't happen. I just don't have these. So, that's all for this pattern here, which I really would like to do as well. So I bought that from 123 Stitch. I'll pop this back in here. Let's just move some things over, otherwise they're going to start falling. And from All Threads, and this is All Threads in Australia. So I purchased this from All Threads. Now I'll give you a story about this. Rosewood Manor, and I mean everyone knows Rosewood Manor. I have to say Rosewood Manor is one of my favourite designers. I just love everything about them. I don't know, it's just, it appeals to me so much what they design. Sorry about the plastic, I just haven't removed it out the plastic. A lot of people have stitched this. I had purchased this years ago and I decided, no, I'm not going to stitch it. I think what happened was when stitching this, I really think it should be on a linen or an even weave, like a 32, 36 count. And I couldn't see then. It's when I discovered I can't see linen, I can't stitch on linen. I don't like the way this is going to look on Ada, but now that I have those magnet clips, things have changed. I've purchased linen and now I am going to stitch this. So this is Rosewood Manor and by Brenda Gervais. No, sorry, not Rosewood Manor. Winter Rose Manor. Let me rewind. Winter Rose Manor with thy needle and thread. So it's with thy needle and thread. So that's really looking forward to that. And also from All Threads, just fix this up, otherwise this picture is going to fall out. I bought a Merejka called Lady Hera, which is MD107, just to fill one of the gaps. Isn't that pretty? So that was from All Threads. I saw this kit on eBay and I've been eyeing off these kits. There are several florals that are available in this particular design this is Lynart Flowers and Gardens collection, and this is Iris Botanical, and it's this one here. This is really, really hard to come by, really hard to find, and if you find it, let me tell you, you're going to be paying a price for it. Well, I happened to find it on the Australian eBay, and this person was actually selling it at a good price, and I gave them an offer, which I thought, no, they're not going to accept the offer, but they did. So I got this at an incredibly good price, and it is stitched on linen, and I'm trying to see, it looks like possibly a 28 count linen, and that's it there. They're all the threads. So you can see the printed background, which is all of that, and they're the threads there. And I was so excited to actually now own one of these of the series. Like, they are so expensive, so hard to come by. I know Luda has stitched or is stitching a couple of these, and that's where I saw it, and I thought, oh my God, they are just so beautiful. So really excited to have, you know, sometimes you're lucky, you just happen to come across things that are well priced, because when I did do a search, you know, a lot of them are from overseas, so the exchange rate's not too good in AUD, plus this postage, and it was actually quite expensive, so I'm just so happy with that. Now, another purchase I made is The Art of William Morris. I just love William Morris, all things William Morris. And when I saw this, I purchased this from Amazon. And I thought I'd just show you. I've actually labelled some pages just to give you an idea of what type of patterns he has, and these are beautiful. I love these bird ones. So you've got the 3 birds there, which are available in a pattern, and it gives you a story all about William Morris. So it's not just a book, it actually goes into who he is, you know, the things that he designed. So it's a really informative book. I thought this is really pretty. This is called The Dove and Rose Picture. So bring that a bit closer. Isn't it beautiful? So many. I mean, how do you choose out of all this? William Morris is just magnificent. I thought this is really interesting. Not that I think I will stitch it, but it's called the Medieval Jewel Collection. And this is actually all stitched up. I don't know if you can see that. You see that? Isn't that so cool? So that's another one. I thought that was really interesting. This one's really interesting too. Even Load Trade and Coasters. Quite pretty. I like a really pretty floral from his collection. So looks quite nice on that dark fabric. You know, even to display that and just have the coasters there. And I thought this was really pretty because the frame is stitched and they've wrapped the fabric around the frame. I mean, what a great idea. Something different. Hope you can see this. And you got the letters as well. It comes with all the letters of the alphabet. Oh, this is lovely. They're called the Tapestry Pictures. And it's just 4 different florals. Okay, we've got that in view. And that's really pretty as well. And one more. This is lovely. It's called the Orange Bell Pull. And it comes with instructions also on how to create or sew up the bell pull. Isn't that lovely? Look at the colours in that, on that dark fabric. That's so pretty. Yeah, so lovely. Really happy with that. So that's from Amazon. So my last purchase is from Stitch and Button, of course, because I love her bags. So I decided to buy this bag here. And I also picked up some of her needle minders, because she's got really cool needle minders. She included that, which can be photocopied. And it's just the calendar on the back, so that's really good. 3-year tracker. I mean, we hope that projects won't take us 3 years to finish, but you know, that's how it is. And she also included that as well. So I purchased, well, let's flip that around. Those 2 needle minders. They will suit me very well, of course. And now, which way does this go? One goes this way here. And I will put her details below. And she gave me this one for free. And I'll take it out of the bag because you won't be able to see it otherwise. Thanks, Vikki, for the freebie. That was really nice. That one there. So that was from Vikki Stitch and Button. And I also won a small Mill Hill kit, and it just has some leftover threads, which I'm absolutely fine with because I've got heaps of threads. And it's that one there. I thought that was so pretty, and she was nice enough just to cut a piece of perforated paper for me. She goes, oh, I'll cut some up for you. And leftover fabric, leftover threads, heaps of threads, probably enough to finish it as well. Beads. So that was really good to win. So I said to her, just pop it in with all my other stuff. No point sending it off separately. Isn't that gorgeous? I'll have to use that. Beautiful. Love that. Okay, so I don't know how long this will be with both, because I stopped in the middle. I would say probably an hour, more than an hour. But I'd like to say thank you so much if you've made it to the end. I hope you've enjoyed what I've had to show. I will see you towards the end of July with lots of other new goodies. Until then, take care and goodbye.